Everybody join in this melody.
Let us unite, let us unite.
That's the only way we're gonna be free.
Let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Well, I'm talking to you, Muslim, Christian, and Hebrew. Anything to do, we got to unite, or else we are through.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this melody.
Let us unite, let us unite.
That's the only way we're gonna be free. They're united in Ghana, Guinea, Mali, and Nigeria. All over Africa, the people are getting together. They're even uniting in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and Angola. And rumors vision will light the world over from Cape to Cairo, one Africa.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Come on, do it tonight.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Brothers and sisters, let us unite.
There is a need for unity. The best for you and me. There is a need for unity. The best for you and me. Unity.
Everybody join in this melody. That's the only way we're gonna be free.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Come on, do it tonight.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Brothers and sisters, let us unite. Well, they're uniting in Cuba, Trinidad, Tobago, and Grenada, St. Kitts, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica. Let us unite in America, the yellow man moving in Asia, the red man awakening in India, the black man rising up in Africa. Let us jump up in America. Ha! Ha! Ha!
There is a need for unity. The best for you and me.
All of the nations of the earth as we speak are angry. They're angry because governments cannot suffice the needs of their people. They're angry because a few have gotten wealthy at the expense of the many. And the poor and the sick and the weak and the unlearned multiply. And the value of their lives are diminished by the rich and the powerful. So that when human life is devalued, that in the eyes of man you are unworthy of the gift of life, then it is easy for another human being to take the life of another human being that he or she has devalued. Black life in America is devalued. Hispanic life is devalued. Even poor white life is developed. There's a way that I have to behave. I'm free, but I'm not free to rob you of yours. I'm not free to take from you what does not belong to me. So if I will construct my life according to these righteous principles, then between man and man, man and woman, peace. Between race and race, peace. Between rich and poor, peace. We have our beautiful Mexican family. This once was theirs. So you can't say to them they are aliens. That's a horrible word to use for former owners. I see my indigenous family here. Many tribes, but they're really one great nation of people that now must be reunited with themselves. So it's their time now, as well as ours, that God would intervene in our affairs and bring the bottom rail to the top. The government is not rehabilitating soldiers. When they send you away to kill. When you come home, they gotta reconstitute you for civilian life again. Make sure you have a job so you can take care of your family, but they're not doing it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, a woman can do anything that a man does, and the only thing he forbids the woman to do is the thing that degrades her. So how high can you go? High as you want to. Why would God allow the female to wear his attributes if you can't be a manifestation of that attribute? Women, you got to be set free. What God has put within you must be cultivated, must be developed, and must be used for the advancement of a nation and a world. I said to myself, Mr. President, why the hell don't you go to the wicked police department? Why the hell don't you stand up and tell them that your killing of black youth and brown youth is not gonna hold no more? Why don't you stand up? God's word is in need of a truth that will set up a government where everybody can live in peace, under real freedom, real justice, and real equality.
Many people are excited about cryptocurrency, but the problem has always been how to buy, hold, and spend it. Until now, introducing GS Lifestyle, the new, unique global card solution everyone's been waiting for. Available at 100 plus countries, 5 traditional currency accounts, including US dollar, British pound, euro, Chinese yuan, and Japanese yen. 4 to 8% better currency exchange rates than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies within one simple platform. Personal individual crypto wallets, add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit debit card, or crypto transfer. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere MasterCard is accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multiple languages. 24/7 professional concierge services, up to 30% discounts on hotels and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery by FedEx or DHL. It gets even better. Recommend GS Lifestyle to your friends and receive up to 18% commission when they purchase any card, commissions when they pay their monthly membership, and commissions with every card swipe. True residual income. A little extra income, a lot of extra income, or a life-changing business. You decide. Millions of people will become GS Lifestyle account holders, so don't miss out. Get started today.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.
I know all about it. Yes, I should make sure my goals are stated in the positive. Yes, I should write them down. Yeah, I know all that stuff. Come on. But you know what? You got to be careful
one thing
not to get
I'll
caught
share
in
is
that
this,
trap called
'cause
the
I know
law
we
of
talk about
familiarity.
Mr. Best,
Where you get so
thing
used to
is,
it, you
and
begin
I
taking
share
it just a little bit
this
for granted.
because
Fundamentals have to be practiced daily. Hey, think about the greatest coaches that you can think of in sports history. Names that come up for me are names like Vince Lombardi, for example, or John Wooden. What were they known
You know, one thing I'll share is this, you know, because I know we talk about Mr. Best, but the thing is, and I share this, because when you're talking about where we're going, I mean, Wealth Builders Worldwide and GS Partners, you gotta picture something. So a lot of times you get a picture of something, you think you got a vision. But one thing about it, your vision not big enough. You gotta have a leader that will stretch your vision and that continues to stretch your vision, that continues to build you up, even when you feel like, okay, I'm not feeling it. But that leader will take your vision, and I tell you, you don't use your own eyes, follow their vision, you know, because when you get somebody that of this magnitude, the leadership that Mr. Best, to me, I can't talk about nobody else. To me, he is if you want to look for leadership, if you look in the dictionary, you should see his picture right there, because he lays it out every single day. He focuses in on the success of others. He takes it off himself. He's never bragging, boasting about Ty Best. Ty Best this. I did this. Ty Best did that. No. He's always looking out, trying to figure out how can I help somebody else. And that's why I've learned to really love this guy, because when his motivation and the things that he's putting out, his passion and all that stuff that for all of us. And I saw that a long time ago. I saw it. I just watched. I kept watching. And the day just came. The day came and I was like, man, I heard a voice on a call. I said, man, will you sponsor me? And I kid you not, I ran to my wife and said, look, I called Ty Best. I called Ty Best and he's gonna be my sponsor. You know, because I want to be in good hands. And that's the thing about it, because you gotta have somebody they're gonna not just be in place, but that's somebody that's gonna be like a covering, that's gonna protect everybody, that's gonna lead you in the right direction, that's looking out for the whole team. Not a I leadership, it's a we leadership. I lead, we gonna follow you. I mean, that's what we have with Ty Best. You know, Ty Valerie, I tell you right now, Ty, we thank you, man. We truly thank you for your leadership. And you know, Mike is not kidding. These are some big shoes to fill, because people don't. You know, Mike Delco is awesome, but your leadership. And I know you never brag or boast about Ty Best, but telling you right now, Ty Best, man, we appreciate you so much. I'm telling you, I appreciate you so much. You know, just what you pour in. You know, you've been doing it so long. It's routine. It's like a cup of coffee. It's routine. You know it. It rolls off your tongue, but your heart is so big, man. I tell you, everybody, we are so blessed to have a man of this magnitude. We have somebody that we can follow and that truly cares about the success that we have. So, Mr. Michael Delco, you know, this is your call. You fill these shoes, but one thing you have done as a leader, you come in and I tell you, when a student is ready, the teacher will appear. And one thing you have truly done, you have shine brighter than anything. But one thing I have to say about you, Michael Delco, is the simple fact that you started at humble beginnings, and your heart, your attitude, and everything, you never changed. Even though you became that seven-figure earner, you never got the big head. I mean, and that's what happens in this industry. A person make $10,000 a month, you think they're making $1 million a month with their attitude because you can't talk to me no more. You know, and the thing about it, I love your humble spirit. I mean, guy, we do. This could not be more special. That's why this is unstoppable. Everybody's connected to GS Partners right now. You can't be stopped. You can't be stopped. GS Partners, Wealth Builders Worldwide, we got something so special that's connected right here. And everybody that's linking arms, because I look at it like this: the fruit don't fall far from the tree. So that fruit start falling, when that fruit keep falling, all these people, we connecting and joining, and that's where we're going. That's why we can't be stopped. You're talking about millionaire after millionaire, wealth, mindset, belief. We're going, we're getting stronger, better. You can't stop us. So with Mr. Michael Dalcoe, get ready to take on this freedom call tonight. I feel like hearing some Jay-Z. We can't be stopped now. We're bad boys for life and girls for life. Come on now. You know, I'm excited, man. I'm trying to keep it calm. But Mr. Best, we thank you tonight. God bless you, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Mr. Hines. That's perfect pitch to lead me into what I'm talking about. Mr. Best, I know you're taking care of a few things. And let me just say this. I'm not going to tell Mr. Best's business, but when we are called gladiators and bad boys, that's the bad boy right there. That's Gladiator X. The things that Mr. Best has to deal with and work with on a daily basis and still show up on the screen with that same big smile and that gregarious spirit. One day he will tell the story and you'll know why I shudder at the thought of doing his call. I'm gonna leave that right there. And I want to get into this. So thank you, Ty Best. Thank you, Nate Hines, forever changed my life, brother. Thank you. All right. I got to talk to y'all tonight about something that Mr. Nate Hines exemplifies. Mr. Ty Best exemplifies it. It flows down to all of us who are willing to accept it. I wrote this thing out like a sermon. I literally am so inspired these days, man. I feel like I could write a book a day if I didn't have other things that are pressing in my life. I want to talk to you tonight about something that hit me, and it's kind of like part of what I'm going to talk about Saturday with Mr. Best and Mr. Hines. This is like a prelude to that. Because if you don't get this settled in your spirit, you won't be able to handle what I'm going to say to you Saturday. You won't even listen. You won't be able to hear me. Your filter will drown out my words. I'm going to talk to you tonight about a word that hit me, and I was confused and perplexed about it, so much so till I got my wife to grab a dictionary and define this word. This word kept ringing in my head. This word was pride. Pride. And I said, okay, I got to deal with this word because I'm a Bible guy. And there's a scripture that says pride goes before every fall. And so I was like, well, just saying something's wrong. I've got a dichotomy about this word pride. It's not working. It's like pride can't be a bad thing. Mr. Best has said to me before, he said, I'm proud of you, Mike. So pride, I'm proud of my kids. So pride can't be a bad thing. So something, I'm missing some understanding here. And I started to think about it. When I met my wife, one of the things that she told me that she didn't like about me, she told me this in hindsight, she parenthetically told me this. She said, when I first met you, I noticed you had a lot of pride. And I was like, oh, that was deep. And those of you that are married, you're okay with your spouse going in on you like that, right? That's to be expected. When your spouse goes in on you hard like that, they say you got a lot of pride. And I was like, okay, well, what are we saying here? You know, pride, I got a lot of pride. You're supposed to be proud of your accomplishments. But she said, no, Mike, she said, you know, when she met me, I was rolling in the mortgage business and it was nothing for me to have a $200,000 or $300,000 a year. And I wore that success on my sleeve as a badge of honor. I wanted people to know I was a successful real estate professional. And it exemplified itself. I thought I was humble. I would say, no, you know, I would do all the gestures of humility, but for real, I was up on some stuff. I had my dream car. It was a 2002 Jaguar, S-Type, in black. Bought it clean off the off the showroom floor for $30,000. I like paying cash for cars, and I thought I was doing something. It was nothing to have a $20,000 or $30,000 a month in the mortgage business because back then the illegalities were rampant. It was legal then, it's illegal today, which goes to show you that legal is not all it's cracked up to be. The things that we were allowed to do back then are illegal today. So so don't put too much stock in your legislators and your people that deal with law, the legal side of the government. Don't put too much stock in that because they make things illegal sometimes based on convenience for them. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there because I'm getting a little wound up on that point. You guys know I'll go in on government. But back then, you could close a loan, no income and no assets. Today, that's illegal. So it was legal then because they wanted it to be legal. Today, it's illegal because they want it to be illegal. But it all manifested in me as a person who was on my own stuff. That head was big. I had the big head. I had to turn around sideways to get through a door. I had the big head. Right? And so I started dealing with that word pride today. And I was like, Monisha, look that up. I was driving. I said, look that word of pride for me and make me understand this word. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you what she pulled up on the dictionary for me. And here it is. It says pride, a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. I was like, that doesn't sound like a bad thing. That actually reminds me of me from 2003 to 2008. I was proud of what I had accomplished. The achievements of those with one whom is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. Okay, I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. Definition number 2, consciousness of one's own dignity, self-esteem, dignity, honor, self-respect, ego, self-worth. That's not a problem. So maybe it's the verb tense that I was having a problem with. To be especially proud, a particular quality or skill. She's always prided herself on her ability to deal with the crisis. That doesn't sound like a bad thing. So when people say you got too much pride, what do you mean too much pride? You should have pride in what you do. You should take pride in your possessions. You should clean your Rolex and steam it. Steam clean your Rolex. You should wash your car. You should clean your house. You should comb your hair and take pride in your own personal hygiene. What's wrong with pride? I don't see the problem. So it was missing a piece in the word pride. It was missing the suffix, which is the problem. Prideful. What Monisha was trying to tell me was not that I had pride in what I was doing. She was telling me I was prideful. I was prideful. I had an excessively high opinion of myself. I'm going to talk to somebody tonight, and if you're honest with yourself, you're going to get free. You're going to get free of something that's restricting you from having the ultimate success. And I'll go somewhere with this. But prideful is bad. Pride is good. So I think even scripture, when it says pride goes before a fall, it means being lifted up in pride, being full of pride, being filled with pride, an unrealistic assessment of one's own worth. Okay, so I figured this thing out. And I was asking Ty Best, I ask him this often. I said, what would make a person come up to you who explicitly shared with the whole organization that he made $100,000 in 30 days and try to tell you how to do it? There are people in my life that have achieved absolutely nothing substantial and see the way myself and my family live and insist on telling me what I need to do for my life. That is prideful. It's having an overly excessive high opinion of yourself, so much so till you can see someone else's success and still think there's something you need to offer that person, when in comparison to the success levels, yours has not even registered on the scale. This is why people won't follow the system. This is not the only reason. This is one of the reasons why people will show up in your organization who've had tremendous success in other businesses, but they can't follow the system that's already been put in place by wealth builders because they came here already successful in their own conceit. And though we have a system that's proving to create six-figure incomes monthly, they're going to come into this system with their own concepts, and they insist on doing it their way and refuse to do it yours. That is, part of that is pride. prideful, excuse me. Part of that is pridefulness. They won't release their own ideology to follow a system that has been proven to work because they're prideful. And I will submit that there are some of you, probably not a lot of you, because you're on this call. But a main reason why people won't get on the Freedom Call on Wednesday night religiously without fail is because they really don't think Ty Best has anything of value to offer them. It's not that they don't think he has anything of value to offer, just not to them. They're further along. They don't need that rah-rah stuff. I had a guy to tell me that he was upset with me because I didn't tell him to do something in a previous opportunity that he needed to do to secure his assets. And I said, brother, I made that statement several times on our power calls and on our Sunday night trainings. I said, but you weren't there to hear it. You know what he said to me? I'm going to say it exactly as he said it, so put your children to bed. He said, oh, I don't need all that plug-in shit. That's exactly what he said to me. And my brain just shifted in my head. I was like, I don't understand how people can say things and not hear themselves speak. You don't need the plug-in stuff, but you're complaining about not hearing the directives to do in order to have success with what we're doing. Okay, if you're gonna boldly proclaim you don't need that plugging in stuff, don't complain when you miss a benchmark or when you miss a deadline. Because what am I supposed to do? Call 100 people? And then after I finish that 100, call the second level? This gentleman was on my 5th generation in this opportunity. By the 5th generation, I had 50,000 people. I can't call 50,000 people. But pride, I mean, that was only one of 4-letter words in his vocabulary towards me. I mean, we went at it. We ended up saying that we're brothers and I love him and I still help him to this day. I'll try to remember to send a text, but it is pride that won't let him plug into this system. There are other reasons, I give you that. There are other reasons, but when people say things like, I don't need all of that, this or that, part of that is pride. You literally think you can do this without this particular component that we're offering you on this call. Look, pridefulness, excuse me, because I got to wash out that word pride. Pridefulness is what Nate Hines is void of. He doesn't have any pridefulness. That's why he will bow the knee and say what he said to Ty Best. That's why he, as a grown man, will go to his wife like a kid and say, I got in touch with Ty Best. It's a lack of pridefulness that let him have that exuberance about a man that he knows has something that he needs. If you have pridefulness, you will not value a person like Ty Best. Ty Best can speak, and one person can hear it and make $1 million, and another person will hear it and say, I don't get it. Like there's a person very close to me who literally said to me, bro, look, Ty is all right. He all right. He actually even called him Ty. I couldn't even call him Mr. Best. Ty, all right, man, but he old school. You're the one. You're the one that's supposed to bring the team to success. And I was like, get behind me, dude. Like, I don't even want to hear that foolishness in my ear. I don't even want to let my heart believe that lie. I don't even want to let my brain get swollen up on somebody telling me some nonsense like that, because I know for a fact that when I was mired in self-defeat and I had given up on my ability to dream bigger, it was the resonant voice of a Ty Best who said, man, you can do this. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you're looking for this eloquent person who's going to overly command the English and swell you with oratory skills and vocabulary, oh, you absolutely going to miss Ty Best. But if you take that pridefulness and you break it and you crush it to powder and you humble yourself and you sit at his feet and you listen, it will absolutely change your life. It'll change your paradigm. It'll break your pridefulness, and you will find yourself with a humble heart, ready to receive. And that's the ground that can grow the seed. You can't even grow the seed that Ty Best proceeds from his mouth with pridefulness. You can't grow it. The words won't even stick. There's a reason why when he said, my children don't have a job, my children after that stopped having to have a job. There's a reason when he said, I don't have car notes, that I no longer have car notes. It's because when the word was spoken, my heart was contrite and broken, and I could receive a word from a prophet in this industry, and the seed had to grow. It was irrefutable. It was impossible for it not to produce. It was impossible. I made more money by listening to Ty Best on accident than I used to make on purpose. It's seed. Words are spirit and life, and they have to grow, except you don't let it get in your heart. When your heart has pridefulness, nothing he says can affect you. Now, I can make enemies tonight. I'm recording this for the explicit purpose on blowing people out from listening to what I have to say. Those of you that can't hear me tonight, a part of what shields you from my powerful words is pridefulness. You can't even hear me. There are people who dislike me, possibly for a good reason, but there are some people who dislike me simply because your pridefulness won't let you hear the words that I'm speaking. Because 90% of the time, I'm just regurgitating what Ty Best said or Nate Hines. Continue to let pridefulness filter the words that come from your leaders, and you will continue to experience the life you now experience. When I heard Ty Best speak to me, I had reached a point in my life where I was so destitute, so broken, so hopeless, until I had no choice. I had the inspiration of desperation. I had no choice but to listen. I literally said within myself, boy, you need to listen. You need to listen. You need to listen to every word that this man has to say. It's like this with me, and I'm gonna wrap this up because I feel I've said what I needed to say. My father's 79 years old to this day. We don't even get to talk that much. We got a sordid past and a crazy story. It's crazy. I'll tell it one day. But that 79-year-old man, he can say something that's not even original. He'll say something like, boy, a penny saved is a penny earned. Now, some people will hear their dear old dad say that and they just laugh it off. And like, ha ha, Dad's quoting Ben Franklin. But Mike Dalco, I believe that God gave me my father as a guide throughout the rest of my life, as long as he's here, even if he says something I think I know. There's a word behind his word that I need to hear. And when he said a penny saved is a penny earned, the Spirit of God says to me, save your money. Tighten up your budget. He didn't have to say save your money, tighten up your budget. He can just say, boy, a penny saved is a penny earned. Don't get too big for your britches. If my daddy says that, obviously, I'm drifting off into pridefulness and I need to get my little butt back in order. And I have the exact same esteem for my big brother, Ty Best. I mean it. It's the exact same esteem. Even when Ty repeats himself to me a lot. I don't think that it's him forgetting that he said it before. I think it's him by the Spirit of God saying Mike needs to be reinforced. I hope y'all are listening to me tonight. There's never a wasted word from a mentor, even if it's repeated. Repetition is the mother of skill. You got to learn how to esteem your leaders. Not me. I'm talking about my leaders, Ty Best, Nate Hines, the leaders of Wealth Builders Worldwide who put this whole thing together in the first place. I'm sure I had some part to play in it, but I'm not here to toot my horn. If you're called to a mentor, it doesn't mean this is a Ty Best again. There's not a person that they say stuff to you. It's a person you listen to. It's a person you listen to do it, not listen to placate them or to patronize them or to humor them. Okay, all right, I got you. Yeah, bro. Okay, cool, got you. No, when Ty Best has told me stuff, I literally did it against my own will. I recall many times him saying stuff that my own pridefulness didn't agree with it. It was like, that ain't, and I start wrestling within myself. And then the spirit grabbed me and said, shut up and listen. And I go, okay, I got you, I'll do it. And I would literally fight myself to do what was against my own will, because I realized that man had a word for me. And guess what it did? It showed up in my marriage. It showed up in my fatherhood. It showed up, I'm a better friend. I'm a better businessman. It showed up in my bank account. It showed up in my credit score. It showed up in my rewards that I received in this industry. It showed up, it permeated every area of my life. I do my wife the same way. I realized that God gave her to me, and she loves me. So even when she critiques me, even stern critique, and she can cut, boy, she can cut you. And it hurts. But that pain, a big part of the pain is your pridefulness. You're not wanting to let it go. When you learn to let go pridefulness, Gandhi was good at this. Martin Luther King was good at this. They devoided themselves of pridefulness and became a humble servant leader. When you get rid of that pridefulness, guys, you will grow in areas. You'll look at yourself in the mirror and actually like yourself. You'll speak things and they'll start to manifest. The miraculous power will start to come out of your mouth. You'll start seeing things that you only imagined in times past. They'll start to manifest quickly. Your business will start to explode. You'll attract more people into your business than you used to recruit. People will sign up with you automatically. Get rid of that pride. If one of your leaders comes to you and they tell you something, guys, I'm saying listen to do it, because pride will destroy your business. Pridefulness, excuse me again, I'm working on it. Pridefulness will destroy you. Yeah, be proud of your accomplishments, but don't be so prideful when you make $100,000 in a month that you still can't be told some things that your leaders see in you that is deficient. I truly believe this with all my heart. This is my last statement. Nate Hines can tell me anything. I'm going to go to work on it. Even if I don't believe he's right, I'm going to analyze myself. As Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. As Polonius said in Shakespeare's play, to thine own self be true. You got to yield to somebody. You got to let somebody be your mirror and tell you the errors and the deficiencies you have. And when you humble your heart, the seeds will grow. So that's my side from tonight, guys. Displace that pridefulness. Have pride, but don't be prideful. And I believe you're going to reach heights that you could have never dreamed. So thank you, Ty Best. I don't know if you're still back here with us, but thank you very much for giving me this moment to speak in this platform, to speak on this Freedom Call, man. And I see you there. I'm glad you're here. Back over to you.
Yeah, I was going to turn it over to Mr. Nate Hines. Look, I thank you for all you said, and I took some notes. And look, folks, it's let me say this before Mr. Nate Hines said. I'm going to say one thing. Pridefulness, it's tough to being humble is something you have to work at any level. Because there are folks who lose it at $5 grand a month, 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month. We all are capable of any time of, as they say, smelling ourselves. You know, we start thinking we all that. And one of the biggest challenges we have in my first book, Enemies of Success, I said success is the biggest enemy you got to overcome. Because a lot of folks, when they get successful, that's exactly what happened. They start thinking, they really start believing they did something special. Or they start believing they something unique, or they something. I don't know what's going on, but it happens to us. And even when we think, remember, one of the things you said, Mr. You thought you were being humble. You know, you thought. And I can remember being, jocks really got this challenge. I'm a former jock now, I played basketball and stuff like that in college. I remember in college thinking, I'm a humble guy. I'm a humble guy, but I wasn't there waiting in the back of the line for lunch. I went to the front of the line. Now after I graduated, I started waiting. Look, after I graduated, got in the real world, started being treated like a real human being again. Like, I got to wait in line for this. And I was in a little small school, but you still got these little perks that sort of, put you at a little different place where you didn't have to wait in line for that. I mean, the concert going, man, I didn't wait in line. I just walked to the front of this and come on the entire row. I mean, there's things you got. So, you start, and then all of a sudden got the real world again. It's like, we don't know you do. Hey, you pay right here. You pay for this. I've been walking in clothing stores in downtown Virginia. You guys out of town, go ahead and take them past, man. Take a couple strips too with you. I just walk, like, okay, thank you. So, and then when you get away, say, wait a minute, it sort of settles you back down. And when that statement that says, be careful how you treat people on the way up, because those are the same people you see on the way down. Nothing humbles you like climbing the mountain and then being back in the valley. Woo. But nothing tests you either, like having to climb back up that mountain. And when you climb that mountain the second time, you grow and you learn a little bit more. I put down here and said, God will break you in order to grow you. To you, Mr. Hines. That's all, man. I don't want to start preaching on Wednesday night.
That's heavy, heavy, heavy. Mr. Dalco, I tell you, I saw a lot of that stuff in other companies. And I'm telling you, I'm glad that we, you got leadership like we do. And that's why I say it. I say it because if you've been in this industry and you understand what some people go through, you are searching. Literally, I was searching for Tybes. And because of his humbleness, the guy leveled to success. He could have walked around, beat his chest. He could have had an ego even on the phone when he talked to me. But Tybes spoke to me just like it was 20 plus years ago when I walked in his house, and the same thing today. Y'all know how powerful it is when he speaks to you. Anybody can pick up the phone and call this man. When what you just did, Mr. Dalco, you just laid some stuff out, pridefulness. Hey guys, this was powerful. And we just thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Wealth Builders is something special here. We are very special because of our leadership. And I tell you right now, everything that's put together, and I look at all our team, our leaders, all the people that, all our presenters, panelists, and people that come every day and give their heart to help build this awesome organization. We thank y'all, because basically everybody has been falling in to Ty's lead, and everybody, let him lead us. And that's what it's about. If you're gonna win, even the greatest basketball teams had to humble themselves up with a great coach. When you find a great coach, you want to humble yourself up under that great coach. That's why New England Patriots was so successful. That's why everybody wanted Phil Jackson to be their coach, because Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time. But I still don't think he would have won a championship without Phil Jackson. And that's one thing I look at like this. Yes, some of us can network good, but I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, Tybes is our Phil Jackson. So, look, guys, I thank y'all for it. I'm looking forward to the Power Call tomorrow morning. We got another awesome presentation tomorrow night where we're going to have a dynamic leader that's going to continue to bring it like we always do. But I'm just excited to be connected with this type of leadership. This is just great stuff. Mr. Best, Wealth Builders, I think we done. You muted, Ty.
I'm gonna say this is for those folks who, Mr. Delco says some nice words, and I appreciate. And yes, Mr. Delco is more than capable of building a team. He's built a team. I didn't build it for him. Okay, so the absolute truth. But what Mr. Hines has said about coaching and mentorship, all those things are factors That's why I say never one thing that builds organization. It's a combination of things. It's like a gumbo or soup, whatever you want to call it. You start putting out pieces to it, and you don't know what piece to make the magic happens. I'm constantly talking to Mr. Delco about, I can remember little minute things that helped us launch this company way back, organization, way back 7 years ago. And I was talking about how this one guy got in and he took a picture with the owner and all that kind of stuff. And all those things were part of jailing this organization, putting it together, adding people to leaf level and all this stuff. I said, and this person, you don't even know who he is, not even involved with us, but all these things are part of that puzzle. And that's why you think you can pull one piece out. And the challenge of the business sometimes for a lot of folks is when they get to 10 grand a month, they think they know, or 20 grand a month, they think they know. They think their income says, I know. And in this business, let's get real. You got to work, do some work. But as you get bigger, you realize there are a lot of things that happen in the business, man, that you have absolutely no control over. Okay, you just got started. That's why I wanted the title of this talk today, Too Stubborn to Quit. But let me say something to validate if you don't understand who Mr. Delco is and his heart is. I'm not going to say this anymore. So you'll hear that you'll know the truth. You know the whole story. You're in the beginning. This is pre-launch. You know. Now, you know Mr. Delco is on the executive council, right? You all know that, right? So now, he's on the executive council. They're putting the company together. And they say, now, Mr. Delco, okay, you'll be one of the frontline positions to the company. Now, you understand, that's a serious, man, it takes something special. They say them point blank, you frontline to the company. And he and Mo said, oh, I mean, I'm sure they discussed it. We can't do that. We can't do that. Okay. Our sponsor is Tyrone. And literally said we can't do that. And they called me and said, look, now we can launch this thing. They're gonna give you a number. And then say, oh, wait a minute. And wait a minute. He said, not me. Mr. Delco said. Okay. Oh, and we gotta call Mr. Hines. Now, see, this is who you're dealing with. I want you to understand, this is, I don't want to sound proud. I'm saying this is the gentleman you're dealing with. He inserted not one, but two people upline from him. Because he honored the fact, okay, of my relationship with him and my relationship with Mr. Hines and his relationship with Mr. Hines. He honored that fact. And I believe God has honored him because of that. Okay, that's the fundamental start. And we got organizations all across the thing who have honored they're honored certain situations that deserve to be honored. I'm not saying everybody should have done that, because there are some situations where it was not deserving to be honored. I mean, if you got an upline who flaked off on you for 3 years, then showed back up and said, I want to be, no, that's a different situation. We're not going to talk about that today. That's water the bridge anyway. My point is that the Delcos are special, because most people wouldn't do that. I had a conversation there with a person that was talking about a company doing right and somebody doing right. I said, look. We all have the intentions, but you don't know what your intentions are really like until you are tested. So what I said, see, if you never owned the company, you haven't been tested. You say, I just pay everybody. That's what you say, because it's not your decision. But if you were sitting there and you got $10,000 in your bank account and you say, now the right thing to do would be to get that to Bob, or I could keep that $10,000. That's the test. Will you do the right thing? Or will you just think about yourself?
No unity, no power. White power for white people. Black power for black people. 1967. The Black Panther Party. The movement. Freedom.
Let's talk about freedom.
We will not bow down to racism. We will not bow down to injustice. We will not bow down to exploitation. I'm gonna stand.
free your mind and your soul. Yo, half the story has never been told. Ladies, you got to demand what you want, and what we want is respect, right?
Come and take a walk with me, closer walk with me, see what only I can see.
Sisters, check this. Watch this. Turn us loose, set us free from all the chains that find me. Let us run in our own direction. Let us go, set us free from all this propaganda and lies that your people try to teach us. I know why you would like to bring us down, because we have all the deal on you. You try to tell us that our lives don't mean a thing, but we know so much better, so we're gonna take up the freedom. Freedom for my body, freedom for my mind, freedom for my feelings. All this time you've been telling us these lies, but now we finally figured out, okay, all that we would never wise up, but we'll show the how black female can do. So you continue to keep us oppressed, but now we ain't going out like that. Oh no, no. All these lies and all this propaganda you want us to take, we're gonna take it. You gotta say, freedom from my body, freedom from my mind, freedom from my spirit, freedom from my body, freedom from my heart and my soul. I see the fear in your eyes, so bright, so cover it all. I know just who I am and what I wanna do. I can make you run, make you hide from all your ancestors' transgression that you hold inside. Sister, rising up and sing that our time is here. We're taking back what's been ours for years.
Let the head of a system embrace you, embrace them of the
All these lies and all this propaganda that you want us to say, we're gonna take out. Freedom from my mind, freedom for my
Ready for Revolution. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Class in Session. I'm your brother and friend, Brother Eric Trey Muhammad, urging all of you to partake in today's live wealth building event that we'll be doing today, Thursday, the 25th of February, 4 p.m. here in the United States. So it's 4 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States. We'll be doing a Wealth Builders Worldwide presentation on this awesome opportunity found in GS Partners. So all are invited. Bring your teams. Bring as far down in depth as you can, team. It will grow your business. It will propel you. It will launch you into a stratosphere. I'm only sharing what I know. I want to thank Mr. Tyrone Best, Mr. Michael L. Dalco, Mr. Nate Hines for an awesome, awesome, awesome freedom call last night. And it's not just for a night or a day. You need to get a hold of that presentation. You need to get a hold of the testimonies that were attached to it. And you need to listen to this as I will listen to it for the next few days. It was just that amazing. It was just that propelling, you know. And if you're not interested in building your business now with that information and following the leadership with the kind of heart that they expressed and exemplified and edified one in another, then you don't understand what you're a part of. You know, so with that being said, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Join us today, 4 p.m. Eastern, on the meeting platform and the passcode that's there. We have an abbreviated Wealth Builders Worldwide presentation that's going to take place this morning on the Believers Huddle at 9:15. It's the same meeting ID. It's the same passcode. All of you are welcome to join us. We've been doing this each morning. We'll conclude with the last of them mornings today. And then we have tomorrow's wealth building event at 4 p.m. Friday. That's our Savior's Day. We're encouraging all of you to take part in this opportunity. Embrace this month, family. Embrace this month and watch how the God rewards you inside the next 24 hours as we speak. I'm just sharing with you what I've come to know. All right. So make sure that you're a part. And then, of course, those of you who are with us on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, please go to wbwevents.com. My screen is not advancing right now, so I'm just calling it out. www.wbwevents.com. It's the 90-day report of Gold Standard Partners and the leadership of Wealth Builders Worldwide. We will be there with Mr. Michael L. Dalco, Mr. Tyrone Best, Mr. Nathaniel Hines. That'll be this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. You can get your tickets. It's a $20 admission, www.wbwevents.com. Also, you want to make sure that you're on the mighty power call this morning at 10:45 a.m. Eastern. 10:45 a.m. Eastern. Here in the United States on www.goldrocks.info, www.goldrocks.info. Sister Cece Mahone and Sister Damawi have posted the passwords in the past, and there it is again. And you want to be a part of this amazing power call this morning, and at 9 p.m. this evening, we'll be back on the platform with another amazing presentation. I believe Brother Dominic Curry, Minister Dominic Curry, will be with us tonight. And it's just going to be an exciting time in our wonderful world of Wealth Builders Worldwide. Okay. And then, of course, you know, health is wealth. So make sure that you find a way to get in touch with Brother Mustafa Muhammad, who I see is pretty active on the line today, and Sister Janetta Muhammad and Sister Roz Range. Inbox them for their details so you can get a hold of that Pax Immune supplement and keep up with the time and what must be done. So with that being said, I'm going to jump. The slide is not going to advance for some reason. And so we don't have our outro music from Sounds of Blackness. However, we will be on the Believers Huddle in 9 minutes. So I want to thank all of you for the opportunity to share and be your brother and friend. Peace and power, everyone. Forward.